Yo, what's going on, everybody? So real quick, just want to give y'all a little bit of info on what's going on here today. So I'm officially 2 days out from the Wasatch Warrior. This will be my first pro show of the 2026 season. I got a couple shows already lined up for the year, but this will be the first one where I'm really about to just see where I stand, see what improvements need to be made. I'm a warrior. I just love to get out there. I love to do the work. The name of the game is about keep getting better. This is my last final depletion workout before I leave out first thing in the morning tomorrow to head to Utah. It's gonna be a circuit style workout, so I'll be hitting a little bit of everything. Walk with me, check this out, and I hope y'all enjoy it. When you're doing your workouts on depletion, remember it's not about stimulating the muscle, it's about activating the muscle, getting the muscle to get a good nice little pump, nothing crazy, nothing strenuous. You're not trying to cause any type of inflammation. You're literally just trying to get the muscle working, get the muscle moving. Get into it. Feel that stretch, open it up. Lightweight. Posture up. Keeping the rest periods in between the sets very short. Keep a small gap in between. Don't want to let too much time go to blows. Keep the heart activated, keep the heart elevated, keep the blood flowing.
When you're not working out and you're not doing anything fitness related, who are you?
I wear a lot of hats outside of the gym. I'm a father to a 6-year-old. I have a wife. I've been married now going on 7-8 months. Been a blessing, one of my biggest blessings. I love you, Cherish. I love you, baby. I work a regular job. I practice, I guess you would call it stoicism. I do a lot of meditation. I do a lot of deep thinking, a lot of depth work on myself. I'm very into growth, reading. I try to focus on the journey of everything I do. The journey of being a husband, the journey of being a father, the journey of being a better man. I always try to remember one thing. How you do anything is how you do everything.
Which quote do you hear your inner voice saying the most?
There's two actual quotes I kind of model my life by. One is by Marcus Aurelius. Don't worry about trying to portray how to be a good man and be a good man. So I try to work on the being more than the trying to be. You can't just say, I want to be somebody that's influential to people, I want to inspire people. That's good to want to be, but what are you doing? There's another saying I live my life by, I don't yuck your young. Give people their peace in order to preserve your peace. I let people do what they want to do so I can see what they rather do. If I don't take away your peace, I preserve my own. And that's how I live my life. I live and let live. Woo, let's roll to the next one, baby.
Go.
Getting that pump. Do the flies. All right. So 2 days out officially from this show. I feel great, actually. This has been one of the best preps I've had in 12 years of competing. I coach myself 100% for this prep. It's just been a journey. Like, I've learned myself on a level that I haven't in years. I used to coach myself. I actually won 2 overalls on the amateur level on my own. So I knew I could do it. It's just a matter of believing in yourself enough to do it. This has been such a liberating experience. When you trust yourself, it's just a level of self-respect that you can't get from anywhere else. I'm just so grateful for it, so.
What's something people misunderstand about you at first glance?
I think my look tends to intimidate people sometimes. They think I'm maybe cocky, arrogant, maybe because I have I don't care what other people think about me mentality that it comes off as that, but it's more so a confidence in myself of just like when I walk in the room, I feel like I don't need to fight for space. I own the space I'm in and I'm comfortable with the area I'm in. And I can see other people shining their space, but you can't step into this radius and take up this space because this is me. I truly believe a lot of times when people finally get to know me, they really realize what my mind, I don't be thinking about what's actually going on in the room. I'm focused on about what I'm doing. So I'm observant, but I'm into my head of what I like to do, of who I am. So I'm not trying to project to nobody. I think everybody should adopt a mentality of, believe that you are the main character in your life. And that's really what it boils down to, is just main character mentality. We are all the main characters in our own lives. And the more you can view yourself as such, you're gonna feel a lot more confident in any room you step in, because you're not gonna feel like you need to shrink yourself or make yourself seem bigger than what you are, because you know that as long as you're standing in that position, that space, no one is bigger than that. You know, you that main character in that space. Just enough, just enough. Like Lee Haney used to say, stimulate, don't annihilate. The goal is to get the muscle worked, but not depleted. You just want to empty out the body a little bit more, circulate and percolate them carbs in the body. When the carbs start moving, that's why when I say carbs, for those that don't know, carbs is the driver of your pump. The more carbs you have, per se, in your body, the more glycogen fill you're gonna have. The more you're gonna feel the pump, you're gonna feel. And it's not just carbs, it's sodium, it's fluid, it's water. All that plays a role in your volumization in your body. So, you know, but the carbs is the main source of that. So having that move around in your body, you could just feel it. It just hits different. You start feeling that pump come through. And depending on what your carb source is, I would say it's essential to understand how nutrition works. Certain things you want to eat before the gym, after the gym, to enhance your pump. So that way, you know, when you're working out, you feel good. You want to feel light. You want to feel the blood flow. You want to feel all that. And if you eat the wrong meal pre-workout or too soon before a workout, because there's timing in how carbs digest in the body, then you're not going to get a proper pump. You don't have to be no nutritionist, but you definitely want to understand the basics of how nutrition works and timing windows. Everybody's a little bit different. So one person's timing window for consuming a certain food before they work out may be 30, 45 minutes. Another person may need an additional hour or hour and a half. It gets deeper and deeper. There's a lot more in-depthness to that. You got to understand your body basically, or have a coach that does. Essentially what I like to do is, when I'm doing my circuit workout, I like to bounce to opposing muscles. So I usually start off with back because it's a bigger muscle. I don't train lower body when I'm doing my circuit workout on my upper body days. So I used to do classic, and your legs look better in a rested state, no inflammation, more lines, more definition, so they look better on stage when they're rested. Don't train lower body a week out from the show, let the body rest. At that point in time, you're not building no muscle anyways, you're just bringing in the conditioning. So a little bit of cardio, and really primarily treadmill, not even Stairmaster. I get off the Stairmaster about a week out from the show just for recovery purposes and decrease inflammation. I want the lines to be there. I want the look to be pretty. And I do circuit body workouts where I do push-pull pretty much, and I do that around the world twice. So that way my body gets a little stimulation everywhere and it gets a full upper body pump, and I'm bouncing. Keep the rest periods in between each set, no more than 45 seconds. Fully engaged, always start off with my stretch, lean into it, chest up, so that way I engage them delts all the way, let the muscle work. So no depth grip in the bar, lean your chest into it, contract your lower back to where it's flat, and squeeze out. 1.
What did you have to unlearn to become the man you are today?
Everything that we go through in life is not personal. It's not exclusive to us. Everybody's going through something. I think a lot of times when we have hard times in life, or we have situations that we go through, we start feeling like our life is bad and our life is extremely hard, and it is. We go through things, so it's personal, so it does feel like that. But I personally have to unlearn, life is what you make it across the board. I think the biggest determining factor between those that achieve and those that don't is their response to the things that they go through. Oh shit, why this happened to me again? Oh fuck, the world is always against me. Then a lot of times you manifest that energy back into your life. You're gonna be put around people or situations that test your patience. Every time you succumb to that or you fold to those situations, you've proven you don't have the patience that you're striving for. This situation, although it's happening to me, it's not about me. This is for me to help me learn and strengthen myself. to where this doesn't challenge me no more. This becomes a tool that I have every day at my disposal, a real life learning experience to grow myself in this area. Whether it be you're driving on the freeway, someone cuts you off and flips someone off, right? Instead, you learn to be like, go on, have a good one, be blessed. Being in control of your responses and not letting no one trigger you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Good little pump. After I do my set, the blood is in the muscle. I like to just squeeze that muscle. Just hold it in place, 15 seconds or so. Feel that squeeze, hold that contraction, let that muscle stretch out the skin, the fascia of the skin, so that way your vascularity gets thinner in the process of that, and you sculpt and shape the muscle. Feel that squeeze with the blood's pumped in there like that, and you stretch and squeeze the muscles. Oh yeah, it's gonna be nasty. That's how you bring the detail into the muscle. Flex and squeeze, that's why posing is so important. Posing between sets, so important. We're gonna go right over here, the tricep extensions. Get a little bit of arm work.
And what's a moment in your life where you almost gave up but didn't?
Probably in 2022 when my mother passed away from stage 4 breast cancer. That was a very life-changing moment for me. Not simply because that was my mother and she passed away, but just more so it opened my mind up and my eyes up to a lot of things in life that I wasn't really understanding. She used to tell me, stay true to myself, never give up. Don't let no one stop you from being who you are. She even paid for my registration before she left because I did a show, the USA's. She was like, I know you don't want me to do it, but here you go. This is for you, son, I just want to do it. And to me, that just meant so much to me and stuff because I really, truly didn't know if I wanted to do the show still. I had a lot of pressure, a lot of outside influence going on of people telling me that I shouldn't do it or is this the right time and all this other stuff. And, you know, I started to question myself, like, is this the right time? Was this the right time? It really was almost to that point, maybe I am tripping. She told me, she's like, no, son, don't worry about what I'm going through. I need you to be good. If it wasn't for seeing her be so genuine and loving and caring in her hard time, I would have probably quit in my hard time. But I have to reflect back on what she showed me through her last days and her last months of living. You gotta keep pushing no matter what. That's probably the time in my life where I felt like I was done with bodybuilding, I was done with a lot of stuff, and I continue to push through. We'll go over to the next one. Trying to keep that pump, keep it intense. My muscles are already pretty empty. Had a little bit of extra carbs today, but we didn't top off or nothing like that. We're just trying to give it enough to have a little bit of a push, so that way the training don't suck too much. Your body starts drying out, you're pulling water a little bit, your skin gets tighter, but you're not optimized for performance. You're optimized for the look.
What kind of man are you working to become in the next 5 to 10 years?
More of what I already am now. I think I'm already in the process of what I'm trying to become. You know, I want to be more in my faith with God. I want to be more in my comfort in myself, which I already am, but I want to be more of that. The more you're grateful for what you have now, the more blessings you get later, the more you're gonna receive them and just always gonna feel great when you get them, because it's almost like you already appreciated what you had. So now anything else that comes is just a plus. I already developed the foundation of everything that I wanna be. The journey is just helping me water that even more to grow that into even an even bigger thing, a bigger tree per se. I already know who I am. And there was a point in time I didn't, but I know who I am and I wanna be more of who I am currently. Being 2 days out, normally I feel like on a scale of 1 through 10, normally I feel probably maybe a 3. But right now I probably feel about an 8. It's almost like because I've been here, my mind is prepared for the sucky feeling that it's supposed to go through, but don't confuse it. That suck doesn't have to happen. I mean, that's just your body adapting to the changes of, a lot of times if you're a first-time competitor, you've been doing it, and you haven't done it for a while, your body goes through that phase of feeling like, oh my God, this is a crash. You've been consistently going through the rigmarole cycle of dieting up and down and prepping for shows. Your mental becomes stronger and you adapt to the process more. It becomes more of a thing of just get it done. I move furniture for a living. So it's like when I first started doing it, like, it sucks at times because it's furniture, it's heavy as hell. But once you've been doing it for a while, it's like, it's just another day in the office. This is standard day in depletion for me. Again, stimulate, not annihilate. Never take it to failure. Just enough to get the body moving, get the blood pumping, but keep a little bit in the tank so that way you don't max all the way out. Stretch and squeeze.
What's the benefit for doing this before your show?
It's called Peak Week, which is the Friday before the show up until the Friday of the show. Deplete the body of glycogen, stored energy, in order to super compensate it later to where now you fill it back out and your muscles are maximized, rested, filled out from fluids, proper water, proper electrolyte balance, proper sodium balance. Your skin is surrounded wrapped around your muscles and you're looking tight and shredded. You are showing the epitome of what it is to be in peak performance or peak conditioning for a human body.
What does enterprise mean to you? Not as a brand, but as a way of life.
So enterprise, the mission, the purpose is about understanding that the value doesn't come from anything on the outside. The value comes from everything on the inside. You are already the prize. You've already achieved and won by being born. What you do with it is up to you. So the enterprise is about realizing that you are the prize. As you age and as you get older is the ultimate prize, not for trophies, not for financial gain. That's all consolation prizes. But the true prize, who we become in the process of achieving those things. You work on this and everything that you want externally, you don't gotta chase no more. It's gonna come to you because you're gonna already set the tone. You're gonna set the subconscious mind to attract all those things. And I don't work on the time frame in which it's gonna come. I focus on the daily habits that scope that create the environment for that to thrive in the space I'm in. And that is why I call my brand Enterprise Coaching and Development. The prize within is the ultimate prize that we gain from building ourselves. Tomorrow, which is actually check-ins day for the show, I'm a pro now. They actually have implemented locking in your height, which I'm 5'11", 3/4. So I have my solid set weigh-in weight at 217. And I hope to wake up in the morning at around 216 because I'm gonna keep my water low, keeping my carbs very low tomorrow until after weigh-ins. And I hope to weigh in tomorrow around like 212, 213. So 3-4 pounds under my weight. And then I'll carb up after my weigh-in, rest really well for the night, do my tanning and all that pretty shit, you know, see how I look like in the morning once all the carbs percolate. Get some rolls in.
What's the difference between someone who wants it and someone who actually becomes it?
I think the people that want it, they don't really understand what it takes to get it. I think wanting something it's like a feeling, and that feeling gives you that quick little dopamine hit of, oh, this is exciting, it's new, and it's motivating. So you wanna start it, and it feels good when you start it, so you chase that. That's cool, but as far as sustaining and finishing is not. So I always try to focus on the becoming of everything that I want. The becoming comes first before the want. Before I got my pro card, I thought of myself as a pro. What does this require of me to become a pro? And I focused on being that. Everything that it took for me, it requires me to carry myself as a professional, like be a pro, like in the gym, like come here, train with intensity, train with focus, train with structure. Don't just move weight. I think it's super important to focus on the being of anything that you do. A good father, a good husband, a good person in general, or anything. Just focus on the being first, and the want it's gonna take care of itself. Like, it's all gonna fall into place, but you can't have the want first because that doesn't sustain you over time. Man. Feeling it. When you feel your muscles starting to tighten up and you start to feel that pump in your muscles, that's a good sign. That means the carbs are hitting. The goal is a balance, and you don't want to be overly pumped. If you're overly pumped, there's a great possibility that you're gonna spill over. You wanna have that fine line between having a pump, but not having a full pump. The muscles are push against the skin, but not completely explode. It's gotta be that fine balance, and that's not just carbs, it's carbs, sodium, water, and you gotta know, you gotta track and understand how much. There's a lot of detail work that goes into bodybuilding and prepping for a show. The fine tuning is in the detail, that's really what it is.
What do you tell yourself on the days you don't feel like showing up?
I do hard shit. That is literally a saying that I tell myself on a daily basis when I don't feel like doing the hard shit that I do. It's simple, but it's effective. When I'm tired in the morning and I don't want to get out of bed, I tell myself I do hard shit. Moving something that's heavy and I don't feel like lifting it, I tell myself I do hard shit. And I want to break diet because I may be hungry for something, I tell myself I do hard shit. And that is why I win. That is why I accomplish goals. I associate myself with someone who does hard shit, doesn't quit because things get hard. And that's what keeps me grounded in the doing, whether I feel like it or not. Especially when it comes to men's physique. I just know my strong points, very detail oriented when it comes to my training. I definitely believe I have one of the best backs in the league, and I look for the opportunity to be able to stand next to the guys that I feel currently have some amazing, phenomenal backs in the men's physique division. And I just want the opportunity to showcase my back and my physique against theirs, not because I want to prove that I'm better than them. I love the war. I love the fight. I love the competitiveness of sparring. I love the sparring match. I have so much respect for these guys because I respect the work ethic when there's so many great athletes out here doing this, you know? But to get it to an elite level, and there's only a few elite, there's a lot of pros, there's only a few elite pros that, in my personal opinion, and I'm not even saying that I'm an elite pro, in due time, I feel like I will be. I know I will be. I'm proving it by building up an elite physique. And that's not something we can talk about. That's something we can only prove through action. I'm an observer and I watch the work ethic and I just nod my head like, y'all some amazing ass go-getters. Y'all kill it, man. And I love that. That's the camaraderie in the sport for me. When you see other people, you just see them work ethic and you just like, damn, I want to get like that too. Y'all drive me to get better.
What does discipline actually mean to you beyond just working out?
Discipline takes out the decision making. When you set a standard for yourself or you set a way of doing things, discipline doesn't make life harder, it makes life more simple. When you know what you're doing every day because you set a standard for yourself, it makes it so easy to execute. I'm disciplined with my eating, so therefore I never have to worry about what I'm gonna eat tomorrow. I know what I'm gonna eat tomorrow. Going to the gym on the days I say I'm gonna go is non-negotiable. Going to work is non-negotiable. Waking up at 3 a.m. every morning is non-negotiable. I don't never have to worry about when I make plans if I'm gonna get things done for that day because I already planned them out and I already told myself not if they're gonna get done, but when they're gonna get done. Indecision is one of the biggest stressors of the human mind. So to eliminate indecision is to eliminate a big part of what gives us anxiety and stress and causes a lot of issues for us throughout our day.
When you look in the mirror, what are you really chasing?
I'm not really chasing nobody, I'm just really looking for improvement. If I see myself growing, do I like what I see when I look back at me? Like I said 2 years ago when I was in a dark place, do I look at myself in the mirror and say, I like that person? You know, I look in the mirror and I look for understanding the person that I needed 2 years ago when I was in that dark place. I focus on being that person every day. Being that person so that way I am good for me so I can be good for the ones that I love. What I look for when I look in the mirror, I look for clarity, a true understanding of, are you who you say you are? And that's the most important thing to me, being who I say I am, not what social media has pegged me to be or not friends or family. Who am I that I say I am? I say it all the time, I'm not a nice man, I'm a kind man. I don't care about being a nice guy, I care about being a kind man. I don't care about being the most popular, I care about being the most authentic to myself. So I'm just bringing it all the way in.
What does a strong body say about a man without him speaking?
Everything. Like a real strong body, you can tell when someone has really put in the time and work, at least I personally can, to build up their physique. It's a difference between a puffy physique that just has a lot of mass, but when you have a deep, etched out physique, carved, look like it's carved from granite, now that is a powerful physique. That don't say strength alone, that says power. And when you build a physique that says power, then that generates respect. You dominate a room when you step in there, your physique is sculpted from power. I want people to look at me and be like, damn, what does he do? If you look at yourself in the mirror as an athlete, you're gonna train like an athlete, you're gonna eat like an athlete. You have to know who it is that you are being, so that way you exude that in who you are. You can pretend to be anything you wanna be, but who you actually are is what you actually believe yourself to be. I want people to understand my physique generates and it speaks power. Pose and flow, baby.
If someone is watching this and feels stuck in life, what would you say to them?
I would say to them, don't quit. Don't give up on that thing that you want to do, that dream. And most importantly, if you haven't done it already, take that first step. You're only stuck because you're stagnant and you're not moving. But it's all subconscious, it's all in your mind. Actions is how you break stagnation. You gotta step, you gotta move. Whether you feel like it or not, you have to do something. Do something now to make whatever it is that you wanna see happen for yourself in the near future start taking root. Because until you actually do something that shows some type of physical progress, you're not gonna get out of that mindset of being stuck. Something has to precede it. You have to do something. So, after getting this last final workout in, going into this show, and all the shows that I've done over the years, and I've done 30 some odd shows over the last 12 years, you know, it's nice to win shows and get that trophy, but ultimately, I try to remind people, train yourself to know that you can get things done and you finish things off no matter what. Complete the task that you set up for yourself. You're gonna have so much more respect for yourself and you're gonna feel so much better about yourself when you associate yourself with that person and you become that person. And I promise you, if you start doing that with the little things, bigger and better things are gonna start coming into alignment in your life and you're gonna be ready for them. You're not gonna feel overwhelmed, you're not gonna feel stressed. So, get shit done.
Looking at the view from the top. Get into the bed, don't stop. Get into the bed, don't stop. Better catch up, cause we out. Look, I ain't skating through unless they talking 8 figures. Said I dream too big, but I do it way bigger. I'm the boss when I walk through, straighten up a sit-up. I ain't never had to tell them, but they know that I'm that. Finish that. So many wins, I had to go ahead and bring it back. All of you, my sons, go ahead